Hi everybody, welcome back to Real Estate Investing Adventures. Why? Because real estate is fun and it's always an adventure. I appreciate you joining me today. I'm going to talk about the A through Z series again. What letter are we on today? The letter G. The letter G for general contractor. I'm going to give you tips, give you important information about it. But if you're returning as a guest that's watched my videos, I appreciate you returning back. If you're new, who the heck am I? My name is Jurek. I'm a real estate investor. I have the ability to travel all over the country and work with people just like you to get started in real estate or take their real estate to the next level. So this A through Z series, I appreciate you following through with me again. We're on the letter G. What is the A through Z series again? It's basically how to get a real estate deal done or how to get your next real estate deal done with tips from A through Z. So G is very important. We're going to talk about a general contractor. One of the biggest things I see when I work with people all over the country, they're excited to get into real estate. They're excited to get started. They're going in 100 different directions. They're thinking about doing a whole bunch of strategies rather than maybe focusing on one, like acquiring a rental property or doing a buy, fix, and flip or doing wholesaling. They're so excited they want to do everything all at once. Just like a buffet, even though we go and the food looks good, we get one plate, we can't take a little of everything, we'd be overwhelmed. That's why they let you come back up and get a second or third plate. Real estate's kind of the same way. Don't try to do too much at one time. Understand what you need help with. Understand what your limitations might be. Now, no matter the strategy of what you're doing, like I had said, rental property, buying your own home, doing a buy, fix, and flip, or doing wholesaling, no matter the strategy in real estate, you want to find a good deal. And how do you know it's a good deal? I've talked a lot about great deals are negotiated, what? By the offer you make. But how do you know what to offer? Okay, that's a thing that comes up all the time. People say to me, well, Joe, I'm looking at a property. One, I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know if the seller's motivated. I don't know if it's a good deal. And number two, okay, I really have no idea to calculate the renovation or the repair costs. Any deal that you want to do, when you make the offer, you have to have a good idea of what the repair costs or the renovation costs might be. Because if you don't have a good idea what that might be, you're either going to come up short on the estimate, and that would make you offer too much on the property, or you'll come in way too high on the estimate of what the repairs would be, and that's going to make you offer way too low on the property. So we want to have kind of a basis for how we do this, or an approach, a system of the way we do it, but we at least want to be in the ballpark when it comes to the renovation costs. Now, I just went through some houses this weekend, and one of the houses I went through, the foundation was dropping in various places. Then in other places, it was like I was climbing a little hill because they jacked up the foundation, okay, or the floor joists. So in some areas I'd go down, in other areas I was coming up. It's like, oh my goodness, give me a Dramamine. I feel like I'm on a boat. Somebody take me off the boat as I'm going through this house. But in any event, a problem like that, you really need somebody to come out and take a look at, because you may not be able to estimate exactly what the issues are and what it may cost. Another home I went into had termites. We saw little mounds in the corners, okay? Now, what does it look like? Maybe sand, or it could look like when we were in school, we had the pencil shavings, in a sharpener. So they look like little shavings in the corner, or you saw like little lines that almost look like dried glue going up. So possible termite damage. To what extent? I don't know. I'm not an expert. Who do I need to call? Somebody that knows about termites or pest control. Now, the G is for general contractor. Why? The general contractor can be your next best friend depending on the project that you're doing. A general contractor is kind of like the ringmaster of the project. They will come in, and if you hire them to do, say you're doing a buy, fix, and flip or a rental, You go over with them the scope of work, everything that you want them to do, and they will get it done. They either do it, they have a crew to do it, or they bring in the right people to do it. And they make sure everybody plays nice, okay? I made a mistake early on, I gotta share with you. I hired some people to work on the outside of a house. I hired other contractors to work on the inside of the house, and it didn't go well after a few hours. They're coming in, they're going out. They took my ball, they won't get my ball back. It's like, all right, everybody, calm down. And what I realized, when you have too many different people on a project, sometimes they get along great, and that's fantastic. But let me tell you, most of the times, they're probably not going to get along. So why is it imperative with the general contractor? It's their responsibility. They take ownership of the project. They make sure everything gets done. They make sure it gets done timely and hopefully at a cost that you've agreed to and you put into a scope of work and a contract. They're going to be the ones kind of taking charge every day, and hopefully the project stays within budget. That's key. And hopefully the project stays on the timeline of getting completed when you want to get it completed, okay? Now, with the general contractor, the more you work with people, once again, you're establishing a good relationship. But here's the thing, if I ever was looking at another property and I wasn't sure about something, could I maybe call out one of my general contractors? They could take a look at it and tell me what they think. Yes, they would do that. Now, don't misunderstand what I'm saying. They're not going to come out and look at 10 homes every weekend with me. Once in a while is okay. I understand I'm giving them work, so it's a mutual benefit. They understand if they come out and look at a project that I have a question on, that they may get the job based on their bid. But here's the thing. It's all about establishing, I've talked before about Power Team. It's all about establishing contacts. It's all about having the right people to help you. So even if the general contractor cannot come out right away to look at a property, once you get under contract or you're under a contingency period, we talked about that with the C's, okay? And you're doing your due diligence and we're basically checking things out maybe before we would close on the property, okay? They could come out during that time. If they can't, here's the benefit. Before you put in the offer, or even after you put in the offer during the contingency period, if they can't come out, they have a lot of people in their notebook that they can refer to you, or their directory of who can come out and look at something. A general contractor knows electricians, they know plumbers, they know people that do HVAC, heating, venting, cooling, air conditioning, flooring, the pool behind me, good pool person, landscaping all around. And let me tell you, in Florida or hot climate, you need a really good landscaper, because with the weather, things can get out of control in a hurry, and landscaping is key because curb appeal, I've done videos on that. Watch those curb appeal videos. That's another important thing when you're trying to sell the house. I often think about a house near Universal Studios that they did a beautiful job, it looked like, on the inside and outside of the home, but they did nothing to the curb appeal, and that home was almost on the market for a year. At some point, they redid all the landscaping in the front, new sod, irrigation to water it, trees, plants, and I think it was less than 2-3 weeks, the for sale sign was down. So curb appeal is critical. But can your general contractor help you with those type of contacts? Absolutely they can. Now, the key is you gotta make sure, again, it's a mutual benefit. You gotta make sure they understand what their benefit is, just like our benefit. And I often say, never take advantage of people. You can ask them to come out 1 time, 3 time, 5 time. If they don't get any work from you, they may not come out after the 2nd time. So you just gotta keep realistic with what you ask them to do, what you expect them to do. But a general contractor really can be the difference in your projects. Some of you out there want to do buy, fix, and flip. Some of you out there want to do rental property. Some of you out there are not only doing that, but you're doing wholesaling as well too. So it's really about having the right contacts that you need and building those relationships. Now, the other good thing about a general contractor is they probably know the quality of work you want to do. As you talk to them about projects, there is going to be probably a difference between looking at a property that you're going to rent out and looking at a property that you want to buy, fix, and flip. So you'll just want to make sure they understand the difference between rent ready quality, ready to rent, and buy, fix, and flip quality of something that you're going to try to resell. And as you walk through it with them, they can give you ideas, share things on what their thoughts are on the projects, give you different choices of materials, colors, things of that nature. Always a good idea, if you don't know their work, to check references and look at prior projects they've done, not only through pictures, but maybe in person or calling those individuals. So you got to look at it this way. A general contractor is a very important part of this equation. Make sure you spend the time, the energy, the effort in finding good people and build those relationships, and it's going to help you tremendously in your real estate efforts. So until next time, go make it a great day. Believe and achieve. Take care. Bye-bye.